my name is Haley J. Jones, and today we are going to be baking and making some amazing fall recipes. These are going to be sure to impress anyone that has these tasty treats, so let's go ahead and jump in. Okay, so the first two recipes that we're making cook at the same bake time, so I'm actually going to have them in the oven together, and that's hand pies and homemade donuts. So we are gonna do some apple hand pies and then some cinnamon sugar homemade donuts. So let's go ahead and jump right in. We are going to get our dough out for our apple hand pies and go ahead and cut those up and place the filling in the pies. Okay, so for the hand pies, the first thing I did was just cover my area, my workspace in parchment paper, and that's just so our area doesn't get all nasty. I am using just the pre-made Pillsbury pie crusts. This is what the recipe calls for, which lucky me, I think this is the easiest way to go. So I'm just gonna take these out and probably unroll them one at a time because one will be our top for our hand pies and one will be kind of the bottom. So let's unroll this carefully so we don't rip it. And then it says to just kind of stamp out circles. I'm gonna use this. I don't have a biscuit cutter or anything, so I'm just gonna try to see how far this goes. I'm hoping that it makes at least 5 is what I would hope for, but let's just see. Okay, so I actually got 6 out of that, so I'm going to go ahead and do the other one, and then I'll probably combine all of this extra pie dough, kind of smush it out, I don't have a rolling pin, and then see how many more we can get out of those too. Okay, so I just cut out the crust for my hand pies. I'm going to slide a pan under this because we're actually going to bake them on parchment paper anyway. I used this to roll some dough out. So now we're just kind of gonna match them up. So I don't know exactly how many I have. So we'll kind of figure that out as we go. I'm just gonna put them in rows here. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna get 7 hand pies out of these, which is fine. So I'm just gonna open my apple filling. We'll start filling these. It says just about a tablespoon in each one, but we'll just have to gauge it because I don't want these apples to be too big for the pies. And then we are going to take some water just around the circumference of no, that's not a circumference. What is that? Around the perimeter of each pie crust, just so that it sticks to the base layer. And then we're going to crimp them with a fork. Okay, so after you have printed them all with your fork, it says to go ahead and whisk an egg, and you're just going to brush the egg over all of the tops and then sprinkle some cinnamon sugar. Okay, so now that our hand pies are in the oven, I'm going to start on the batter for our donuts. So I have my pan prepped over there, and I've sprayed it with some canola oil spray. Now we are going to mix our dry and wet ingredients. So our dry ingredients are going to be flour, baking soda and baking powder. We're going to do salt and then cinnamon and nutmeg. And then our wet ingredients, we're going to do egg, brown sugar, milk, and yogurt. And then later we are going to add melted butter and vanilla as well. So I'm going to go ahead and measure all of that stuff out, and then I will check back in with you once all of that is done. Okay, so we have our dry ingredients and our wet ingredients here. Again, all of the measurements and all of that kind of stuff is going to be in the description box. So I just try to make the videos not so long if I can kind of measure everything off camera. But so we are going to whisk our wet ingredients. I've already mixed our dry ingredients. The nutmeg smells so good. Now we are going to add our melted butter and our vanilla to this. And then right after that, we're going to go ahead and mix the entire thing and make the batter. Okay, so now that we've got all of our dry and all of our wet ingredients mixed, we're gonna go ahead and combine the two. And it does say to make sure to not let the batter be like over mixed because it can get really tough. It's supposed to be a very thick batter. Again, it's donuts. So let's go ahead and mix this up, and then we are going to throw it into a large like freezer Ziploc bag and pipe them into our donut molds. Okay, now that we've got our batter in the bag, I'm gonna go ahead and cut a hole at one of the corners of the bag. It doesn't matter which one. And then, oop, that might have been too big, but we're gonna find out. And then we want to fill the donut holes, or sorry, the donut molds. We want to fill them like 2/3 to 3/4 is what the recipe says. Okay, and that looks about good. I'm gonna go ahead and pop these in the oven for 9 to 10 minutes. And then when they come out, we will put them in some more butter and then roll them around in cinnamon sugar. Okay, so our donuts just came out of the oven. I do think they're a little more like bagel looking than donut looking. I think I just maybe filled the mold a little bit too much, but that's okay because all of this stuff is new and I'm just trying it, and I'm sure they'll still taste the same even if they don't have a hole in the middle. So next we are going to move into our Dutch baby. This is like a cast iron pancake type dessert, and it has a pear and caramel sauce. And so I have my sliced pears over here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get our batter all mixed up. This one's pretty simple. And then I have my oven preheating to 425 now, and the cast iron skillet is in there preheating as well. Okay, so I just put a pat of butter in my cast iron skillet that is preheated to 425. It's still in the oven right now. And we have our wet ingredients and our dry ingredients. So we have whole milk, vanilla, and eggs in here. And then in this one, we have a 1/2 cup of flour, a tablespoon of sugar, and then a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So I'm just gonna whisk our dry ingredients together, and then I'm going to put them into the wet ingredients and make a batter. Okay, so now we are going to take our cast iron skillet out of the oven. I have a little hot pad on here I'm gonna place it on. Pour our batter in the cast iron skillet, and then put it back in the oven at 425 for 15 minutes. Okay, and then we have got our caramel sauce in our saucepan. I'm just gonna stir that every now and then. 2 halved pears go in there, like sliced. And then a 2 tablespoon chunk of butter, 2 tablespoons of sugar, some nutmeg, and a dash of cinnamon is all you need in there. You just want to stir it to make sure it's not going to burn. Okay, and then while we are cooking our sauce, I'm going to try to coat our donuts. So this is how they came out. Some of them don't have a hole in the middle, which is kind of sad, but it is what it is. But so I just have some melted butter here and then some cinnamon sugar. So it says to kind of just roll it in melted butter because that seems healthy. And then you're just gonna want to roll it in your cinnamon sugar. Okay guys, well that is it for this video. As you can see, we have our apple hand pies, we have our cinnamon sugar donuts, and we have our pear and caramel sauce Dutch baby. I am super proud of this. I've never done anything like that. So I'm just very happy that it turned out. I can't wait to try this stuff. We're actually taking it to kind of a family gathering type thing. So I've got to get on the road and go to that. I hope everyone loves it. But overall, I'm really pleased with the way everything turned out. I hadn't made any of this stuff before. I think it's really important to just throw yourself in the kitchen and try new things sometimes. As you can see, I'm super excited for fall. I cannot wait. There were 2 other recipes that I did want to show you today, but we just ran out of time. It is a snickerdoodle latte and then air fryer s'mores. Both are super simple, super delicious. So if that's something you'd want to see, go ahead and leave it down in the comments below. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Until next time. Bye-bye.